Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. Have you ever wondered who has a faster reaction time, a cop or a pro gamer? Let's find out. The average reaction time of a police officer is 0.39 seconds, while the average reaction time of a gamer is 2.0 milliseconds. Now you know the winner is the pro gamer. Okay, so picture this. You're at the most important surgery of your entire life, and you have two surgeons to choose from. One that plays video games 3 hours a week, and one that doesn't play video games at all. Which one will you choose? The right answer actually is the surgeon that plays video games. The surgeons that play video games actually make 27 times less mistakes than surgeons that don't play video games. Okay, so what's the most difficult video game boss? And no, it's not Nemesis, even though I love him. I mean, just look at that face. At number 3, we have Punch Out Mike Tyson. At number 2, we have Sith from Street Fighter 6. Number 1, we have Skulls from Destiny. Okay, so let's talk about Battlefront 2, a game developed by EA. Now let's talk about loot boxes. By the way, here's what one looks like. Depending on how many loot boxes you open a single day, it can cost you between $5 to $100. Yeah, I'm not making this up, man. I'm not. So let's say you want Dark Vader. To get him, you will have to play the game non-stop for 38 hours or pay $270. This just shows how greedy EA truly is. The top 3 best video games ever made in my opinion. At number 3, we have Batman Arkham City, one of the greatest games ever made, and amazing combat. At number 2, we have COD Black Ops, one of the greatest Call of Duty games ever made and one of the greatest FPS games ever made. At number 1, we have Resident Evil 4. I mean, just look at Nemesis. That's all I have to say. Okay, so let's talk about games that are dead. First up, we have Among Us, then we have Fall Guys, then we have Apex Legends Mobile is also dead. It's not like these games are bad, the hype just died around these games. So yeah, that's why they're actually dead. Okay, let's talk about the worst video games for the Xbox Series X. At the 5th spot, we have Grand Theft Auto, the complete trilogy. The next game is MX vs ATV Legends. Then we have Bright Memory. Then we have Banana Wonderworld. Then we have the worst game ever made for the Xbox Series X, Crossfire X. Okay, let's talk about how Fortnite changed gaming forever. Originally, the Battle Pass was introduced in Dota 2, but then Fortnite popularized it. And then every game has had a battle pass, like Call of Duty games. Heck, even Rocket League has a battle pass, which is just weird. So, the top 3 worst games for the PS5. At number 3, we have Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. The next spot, we have Matchpoint Tennis Championship. And finally, at the last spot, we have Babylon's Fall. How Fall Guys punished cheaters. If you were caught cheating in Fall Guys, you will be sent to the Cheaters Island. There you will be shadow banned and won't be able to get into any matches. Okay, let's talk about the worst video game sequels ever made. At the 3rd spot, we have SimCity. So you know how in every other SimCity game you can pretty much play offline, but not in this one. You have to be online, otherwise you can't play. At the 2nd place, we have Duke Nukem Forever. I mean, the game took 14 years to make and was still filled with bugs. And in the last spot, we have Bomberman Act 0. I mean, Bomberman looked like a cartoon character and now he just looks like a transformer in this sequel. We're talking about scary games. And I gotta tell you that Outlast is actually scary. Because who wouldn't be scared of mentally disabled people? Wait, what? Who said that? I'm gonna tell you why I will never become an astronaut. Because of Dead Space. I mean, you gotta have balls of steel to fight whatever this is. Let's talk about the world's top 3 most hardest games to beat. The first one is the Impossible game. The next one is the world's hardest game. A bit on the nose. Last one is the world's hardest game, part 2. Ranking Minecraft mobs. Wolves are pretty awesome. They protect you from skeletons, so they're going in cool. I think axolotls are good. I'm just going to put the bat in bad. Yeah man, bees are also pretty good. I'ma be honest. Let's just talk about World of Warcraft's greatest glitch. When World of Warcraft added a brand new boss called the Hakkar, it also brought along a great plague, and I'm not kidding. No, it didn't affect the real life players, only the in-game characters. Ranking horror games. First up we have Hello Neighbor. Hello Neighbor is not scary, it's just creepy. Next up we have Five Nights at Freddy Security Breach. It's also not scary, it's just creepy. Next up we have Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares is actually scary. This game takes 3126 hours to beat. And the game's name is Malware Idol. Yeah, weird name, right? And it was inspired by RuneScape. So, mobile games. First up, Plants vs Zombies. It's an amazing game. Next up, we have Angry Birds. It's also amazing. Next up, Cut the Rope. It's good. It's a puzzle game, man. Doodle Jump is also pretty good. Next up, we have Fruit Ninja. An amazing game. One of the best ever made. Rating Minecraft blogs. First up, we have Diorite. Diorite is a fine blog. It's not good. Next up, we have Smooth Stone. Smooth Stone is a very good blog. Next up, Sand. Sand is also a good blog. Next up, Bricks. I don't like bricks, they're just fine. Next up, bookshelves are amazing because you can make enchanting tables with them and are good for decorating. Ranking trees. First up, we have these yellow trees. These are good trees. Next up, this tree. This is mid. Next up, this one is also good. Next up, these orange ones are amazing. Ranking games. First up, we have Roblox. And Roblox is actually a pretty bad game. Next up, we have Fortnite. And Fortnite is actually a pretty good game. Next up we have Minecraft. It's an amazing game. Next up PlayerUnknown Battleground is a horrible game. So in my last video I said that Roblox is a pretty bad game. Here's what the Roblox community had to say. Everyone unsubscribe from him. Dude, what about Roblox? And here's another one. Bro, Roblox is not bad. Like bro, how are we gonna even defend this? Just for all of you Roblox fans, here's an update on the tier list. I am going to put Roblox in the trash games tier. Happy now? Ranking card games. First up we have the original and it's an amazing game. Next up are the two sequels and they can both go in good games. Next up is Modern Warfare and it can go in amazing games. Next up is Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and it's an amazing game. Next up is Black Ops 2 and it's also an amazing game. Ranking gaming consoles. First up we have the PS5 and I think it's a pretty good console, has good games on it. Next up is the Xbox Series X and it's mid at best. Next up is the Xbox 360 and it's an amazing console just because of nostalgia. Next up is the Nintendo Switch and I think it's pretty good. Next up is the PS3 and I think it's also an amazing console. Ranking superheroes. First up we have Ant-Man. He's mid at best. Next up is Deadpool and he's an amazing superhero. Next up is Batman. He's also an amazing superhero. Next up is Aquaman and he's a bad superhero. Next up is the Flash and he's a good superhero. What's the tallest video game character? And I think it's the Ender Dragon and if I don't get that right I'm gonna drop my nuts off. I think that the tallest Pokemon character is the whale, you know, the big blue whale. Slenderman is 2.9 meters tall. He's a pretty tall guy, but still shorter than the Enderman. The Wither is also here. The weird thing to me is that how do they classify flying entities like a dragon? Like they can reach limitless heights. Darkseid from Kingdom Hearts is insanely tall. And there's the whale and there's the Ender Dragon. Looks like I'm gonna have to chop my nuts off. Your gaming genre says about you, FPS games. Whether you're the most hardcore player or you think you're good but you actually suck. Simulators. You're too lazy to do something so you decide to do it in a game. What your favorite game says about you. First up we have Geometry Dash. And this is what your keyboard looks like. If you like Minecraft then you're a normie. If you like Call of Duty then you personally hate Fortnite. What's the most expensive game ever made? And if it's not Watch Dogs, then I'm gonna eat a lemon on camera. Gears of War 3 took 55 million and Super Mario Bros 3 took 56 million to make. It's a 2D game. DC Universe Online, never heard of it. E.T. the worst game for the Atari took 58 million to make. I've never heard of Heavy Rain, but Gears of War Judgment took 66 million to make. Gran Turismo 5 took 70 million to make. This will tell you how much profit these games made. Because the amount of money is literally insane. And there's Watch Dogs, looks like I'ma have to eat a lemon. What the game you hate the most says about you. If you hate Genshin Impact, then you don't look like this. If you hate Minecraft, you're weird. If you hate Only Up, then you raged too hard and punched a hole through your wall. Which president is the best gamer? Obviously it's Kim Jong-un. And the one thing I know about gamers is they're fat. Like really fat. And Kim Jong-un is fat as hell. I'm definitely getting hunted down for this. Ranking sports. Tennis is actually pretty good because you can play it with the homies. Throwing darts is pretty good because who doesn't like to throw stuff? Boxing is mid because I am not buff. Cycling isn't really a good sport. It's a pretty bad sport honestly because who actually likes cycling? What your favorite Minecraft pet says about you. If you like dogs, then you are an NPC. If you like parrots, then every man on the earth fears you. If you like cats, then you just use them for creepers or phantom. Ranking fruits. First up we have the pineapple. It's a pretty good fruit. Next up we have the orange, and it's actually an amazing fruit because of orange juice. Grape is a very good fruit. Next up we have cherries, and they're pretty good. Who would win in a fight? The Doom guy or Kratos from God of War? Kratos would absolutely clap the Doom guy's cheeks. Who would win in a fight? Batman from the Arkham games or Spider-Man from the Insomniac games? Batman will easily destroy Spider-Man. He was able to beat Superman. But the game you hate the most says about you. If you hate Roblox, then welcome to the club. If you hate any of the Arkham games, then you are a loser and you don't have any friends. Cereal mascots I could beat in a fight. First up we have Fruit Loops bird. It's literally a bird. It's going to be an easy W. Next up is Tony the Tiger, and I'm going to lose. Next up is Captain Crunch, and he's an old man, so it's not going to be that hard. Next up is Count Tacula, and he's going to destroy me.
Perfect. Everything. It's the biggest piece of dog. Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be perfect. Everything.
Ranking horror movies. Are these games overrated or underrated? Apex Legends is very overrated, not gonna lie. Doom Eternal, on the other hand, is actually properly rated. Sea of Thieves is actually underrated. My gaming hot takes. Call of Duty MW2 was a horrible game. Gaming movies will never be good. Gaming characters I could beat in a fight. First up we have Kirby, and Kirby would absolutely swallow the heck out of me. Next up is Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, and he's gonna make me a popsicle. Let's go get some dubs tonight. Sure thing, dude, I'm so hyped. Red Ball 4. I mean, come on, everybody's played it, but you just forgot about it.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details. It's alright, like, overrated as in my opinion. I mean,
which gaming video has more views? Obviously, it's going to be Ludwig. 5 million views, it's just wild. Rust video or Unreal Engine video? Obviously, it's going to be the Rust video with 1 million views. Next up is One Day in Ohio or Trapped in the Backrooms. Obviously, One Day in Ohio.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details. It's alright, like, overrated as in my opinion. I mean,
Smash or Pass? First up, we have Baraka from Mortal Kombat. I had no way, dude. Easy pass. Smash or Pass Ghost from Call of Duty. Easy smash. Ranking Minecraft mobs. First up is a zombie on a chicken. And they're actually pretty rare despite being very annoying, so I'm gonna put them in awesome. Next up is a bee, and it's beautiful. And hoglins are a garbage mob. Ranking gaming mascots. First up we have Master Chief, and he's a pretty good mascot. Kratos is actually an amazing mascot. Next up is this weird thing, and I'm going to put it in a horrible mascot tier. The one, the only, the dirt block.
What's the word, Captain? I think I caught you leaking. There are 9 more pants that this hell's packing. No, the word, Captain. I think
The Minecraft community is straight crazy. They were able to make an entirely working calculator in Minecraft. It can add, subtract, multiply, and even find the square root of numbers. And also they were able to make an entirely working copy of Pokemon Red without any mods. Crazy, right?
it's alright, like, overrated as in my opinion. I mean, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything.
Would you rather end world hunger or get every game for free? Would you rather play MK1 or Injustice 2? So, the Mount Rushmore of games or these games. First up we have Call of Duty MW2, the original. Next up is Minecraft, and after that is Subway Surfers. And I think Fortnite should also be on there. Who's the thickest video game character? Obviously it's Joe Mama. Just kidding, it's Widowmaker.
It was perfect. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! It's alright, like, overrated as in my opinion.
Could I beat these God of War characters in a fight? First up we have Kratos, and absolutely not. Bro only needs one punch. Next up is Atreus. I think I can easily beat Atreus. Just dodge the bow and you're fine. Here's everything you need to know about the FNAF movie. The FNAF movie will be made by Blumhouse Studios and will be 1 hour and 50 minutes long. And here's how an animatronic looks from the movie.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details. It's alright, like, overrated as in my opinion.
Here are the top 3 suits I want to see in Marvel Spider-Man 2. First up we have the Bully Maguire suit. Next up is the purple Spider-Man suit from Shattered Dimensions. The last Venom suit I want to see is Spooderman.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
In all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Minecraft Mob Bot is literally the most useless thing ever made. They show us 3 really cool mobs but only give us one of them, and most of the time it is a horrible mob. I'm talking about you, Phantom. I say we end the mob vote. Smoke looks ranked. MK1 Smoke, he's an absolute GOAT. 10 out of 10. MK3 Smoke looks kinda stupid, not gonna lie. Like the mask, so 5 out of 10. And this Smoke, 0 out of 10. Ranking gaming companies. First up we have Activision. It's just a mid company because of the new CODs. Insomniac Games is a S tier company just because of the Spider-Man games. Rockstar Games, another amazing company just because of the GTA series. Okay, let's just talk about how insanely OP Steve is from Minecraft, like broke and lifts this amount of weight. Yeah, he's literally winning against any character, end of debate.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
It's alright, like, overrated as
Thanks for watching. Is reptile breedable? Of course he is. Look at him, he can turn into a handsome man. But first we have to talk about how thick he is. But he do be looking kinda juicy, so he is definitely breedable.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! It was perfect. Perfect. Everything. It's alright, like, overrated as my opinion. It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute detail.